So last class we have studied about conduction. Conduction means the process in which heat travel from one place to another without moving the object. That means without moving the particles. That means particles remain at its own position. From one, the heat moves to another, then another, then another, and same way it continues. That was known as conduction. Okay, so this was over. Now in case of conduction we get two things, that is called conductor and insulator. Conductor means those substance which allow heat and electricity to pass from them. That means heat and electricity can easily pass through them are known as conductor. For example, iron, aluminium, copper, these all are conductor. Heat and electricity can easily pass through them. Now another one is called insulator, that is opposite. That means heat and electricity cannot pass through this substance. For example, rubber, glass, plastic, this all are called insulator. Fine? Is it clear? कंडक्टर का मतलब होता है ऐसा सब्सटेंस जिसमें से हीट और इलेक्ट्रिसिटी आसानी से पास हो सके, जैसे कि लोहा हो गया, चांदी हो गया यानी एल्युमिनियम हो गया, सिल्वर हो गया, गोल्ड हो गया, ये सब से हीट और इलेक्ट्रिसिटी आसानी से पास होता है. दैट मीन्स दिस ऑल आर कॉल्ड कंडक्टर. Now in other way we can say that those substances which do not allow heat and electricity. For example, if I am holding a plastic, suppose you are holding a straw, plastic straw, and you are hitting one point, okay, then what you will see, that portion will start melting. It will catch fire and it will start melting. It will melt, and the pipe, that means the straw, becomes smaller and smaller and smaller. Okay, but you will not get heat. You will not get heat in your finger. But same thing if you do with a spoon. If you do with a spoon, if you hold a spoon and if you heat from one portion, then the spoon will heat it up, and slowly heat will transfer, and it will transfer to your hand. Then you will feel heat. That means that is conduction. Okay, that is conduction. Is it clear? That means heat can easily pass. If the heat can easily pass, that is called conduction. But if heat cannot pass, like if you are holding a plastic and if you burn, you will never get heat in your hand until and unless heat reaches to you after melting the plastic. Then only you will feel heat. Otherwise, with the plastic, it will not transfer. With the help of plastic, it will not transfer. That type of substance are known as insulated. Okay. Now let's move to convection. Convection means this is a process in which particles transfer from one place to another. Particles transfer from one place to another. In case of conduction, particles do not move. But in case of convection, particles move from one place to another. Okay. For example, if you are boiling water, you will see that after some time when the water start boiling, you will see that, suppose this is your container, so from the middle water will move up and then it will go sideways, and then again it will come to bottom, and then again it will go up. Continuously it moves this way, up and down, up and down, up and down. It goes this way or not? Have you ever seen or not? In this case, the particles move up, then move to side, and then come to bottom. Then again it moves. That means particles move. Understood? इस केस में particles move करता है एक जगह से दूसरा जगह जब heat होता है. Understood? So this is called convection. Conduction take place only in solid, I told you last class. But convection take place in liquid as well as gas. In both the cases, convection take place. I don't know you have studied in your geography or not how wind blow. Have you ever studied how wind blow? If you have studied, then very good. If you have not, then try to understand. Actually, what happened? Due to sun rays, sunlight, okay, sunlight reaches the earth's surface, it heat the earth's surface, and slowly when the earth's surface get heated up, and you know that, I don't know you know or not, when anything become hot, it become light, okay, like liquid or gas, it becomes light. When we heat them, it becomes light, not liquid, actually gas. When we heat gas, it becomes light. So when sun rays hit the earth's surface, the air present in that surrounding, in that particular area where sun rays hit the surface, that region air will become lighter and it will start moving up. Okay, that is a hot air. Okay, okay, that will move up, and the side air will transfer, they will move to that region where hot air was moved. Understood or not? मतलब क्या हो गया, इस तरीका से मूव करेगा जैसे कि नीचे का सरफेस का जो सूरज के रोशनी से सरफेस जो है, ज़मीन जो है गर्म हो जाएगा, तो गर्म होने से वहाँ का जो ठंडा हवा जो है वो भी धीरे धीरे गर्म होगा, गर्म हवा ऊपर जाएगा और साइड साइड का जो ठंडा हवा जो है वो वहाँ आएगा, क्योंकि ये गर्म हवा ऊपर जाके फिर ऐसे ठंडा होके वापस आएगा, गर्म होके ऊपर जाएगा फिर ठंडा होके नीचे आएगा. सो दिस वे इट मूव्स. Understood? That is called convection. That means particles move from one place to another as the object get heated. समझ आया? Okay, so this was convection. So the process in which actual transfer of particles take place. That means the particles move from one place to another as the object gets heated. That process is known as convection. Okay. Now let's move to another topic, that is called sea breeze and land breeze. Okay. So you can see page number 42, right hand side. The people living in the coastal area experiences an interesting phenomenon. Phenomenon means the things which can be proved by using scientific laws, formulas, theorems, facts, principles, that is known as phenomena. Okay, so the people living in the coastal area experiences an interesting phenomenon during the day. That means during the daytime, the land gets heated faster than the water. During the daytime, because of the sun rays, the land get heated up. That means the soil become heat, and we know that when it heated up, air will move upward. Okay, air will move upward. Okay, and the cold air from the ocean, it will move to the soil, that means to the coastal area, to the land. Okay, that means during the daytime, because of the sunlight, sun rays, the soil heated up quickly. सूरज की रोशनी के वजह से ज़मीन जल्दी गर्म हो जाता है, बट पानी नहीं. सो इन दैट पर्टिकुलर सॉइल एरिया, ड्यू टू हीट, द गैस heated up and it goes up, and the colder air or wind from the ocean, it moves to the land. That means hot air move to the sea, and from the sea cold wind move to the land. This process is known as sea breeze. Okay, so during the daytime, the land gets heated faster than the water. The air over the land become hotter and rises up. The cooler air from the sea rushes in towards the land to take its place. The warm air from the land moves towards the sea to complete the cycle. the air from the sea is called the sea breeze. Okay, so this is called sea breeze. That means from sea it is moving towards the land. So that is called sea breeze. And it happens during the daytime. And during the night it is reverse. Okay, during the night that is reverse. To receive the cooler sea breeze, the window of the houses in coastal area are made to face the sea. At night it is exactly the reverse. The water cools down more slowly than the land. That means during the night, continuously during the day, land and water was heated up. Land heated up quickly, so the air present in the land, it is moving towards the sea, and the cool air from the sea, it is moving towards the land. That is known as sea breeze. It is moving towards the land, from sea to land, so that is called sea breeze. Now during the night, what happens? Soil cool down quickly, but the water, it don't cool quickly. So that means this time water is hot, so hot air from ocean will move up, and the cool air from land, it will move towards the sea. Okay, move towards the sea, and the hot air from the sea, it will move towards the land. So it will continue this way. This time cool air from land, it is moving towards the sea. That is known as land breeze. Is it clear? लैंड ब्रीज मीन्स व्हाट? रात के समय में, दिन के समय में तो सूरज के रोशनी की वजह से जमीन और पानी दोनों ही गर्म होता है। ये चीज़ याद रखना, ये एक्सपेरिमेंट से पता चला है कि ज़मीन जो है ना, जल्दी गर्म होता है और जल्दी ठंडा भी हो जाता है, बट पानी जो है गर्म होने में टाइम लगता है और ठंडा होने में भी टाइम लगता है। ठीक है, तो रात के समय दिन भर तो ज़मीन गर्म हुआ, पानी भी गर्म हुआ, तो ज़मीन तो ज़्यादा गर्म हो गया, तो गर्म हवा जो है ज़मीन का सी के तरफ गया, और सी से ठंडा हवा जो है ज़मीन पे आया। दैट वाज नोन एज सी ब्रीज। अब रात के समय में क्या हुआ कि ज़मीन जो है वो ठंडा हो गया, और समुद्र का पानी जो है वो गर्म है। सो इन दैट केस समुद्र के यहाँ पे जो हवा जो है वो गर्म हवा ऊपर गया, ज़मीन के तरफ आया, तो वहाँ पे खाली जगह हो गया सी में, तो ज़मीन से ठंडा हवा जो है समुद्र के तरफ गया। तो ज़मीन से समुद्र की तरफ जो हवा गया, दैट इज नोन एज लैंड ब्रीज। ओके, now you can see this video to understand little bit.
It's a sunny day at the beach. As the sun rises, the land warms up faster than the water does. This causes the air above the land to also warm up. Warm air, being less dense, expands and rises, leaving an area of low pressure. Meanwhile, the air over the ocean is cooler. Cooler, denser air sinks over the water, creating an area of high pressure. The differences in pressure and air temperature create a convection current. Warm air over the land is replaced by cool ocean air. This air is warmed by the land and rises, and the cycle continues. Winds that blow from the sea to the land are called sea breezes. At night, the convection current reverses. After the sun has set, the land cools more quickly than the water. Therefore, the air above the land also cools down. Cool air, being more dense, presses down over the land, creating an area of high pressure. Meanwhile, because water cools down slowly, the air over the ocean is still warm. Warm air, being less dense, expands and rises, leaving an area of low pressure over the water. At night, cool air over land moves towards lower pressure over the ocean. This air is warmed by the water and rises, and the cycle continues. Winds that blow from the land to the sea are called land breezes.
So that was land breeze and sea breeze. Now let's move to another type of heat movement that is known as radiation. We have studied that conduction take place in solid, convection take place in liquid and gas, and radiation do not require any medium. It don't require solid, liquid or gas. It can travel in vacuum also. So that means the transfer of heat without the medium, they don't require medium. Okay, so the transfer of heat from one place to another without passing through the medium is known as radiation. That means sun's rays, it comes to you, they don't require any medium. When they will hit you, you will be heated directly. They don't require medium. That means they don't require air or liquid or solid, nothing they want. Directly they can hit. That means they don't require any medium. That is known as radiation. Is it clear? Is it clear? So in case of radiation, we don't require any medium. Let's see page number 43. Page number 42, last paragraph. Page number 42, last paragraph. When we come out in the sun, we feel warm. How does the heat from the sun reaches us? It cannot reach us by conduction or convection, as there is no medium such as air in most part of the space between the earth and the sun. From the sun, the heat, you know that space is vacuum. Okay, so most of the areas from sun to earth, it is vacuum. So sun rays travel from sun to earth. That means in majority of the cases they don't require medium, they don't have medium, solid, liquid or gas. Okay, so they can travel in vacuum also. From the sun, the heat comes to us by another process known as radiation. The transfer of heat by radiation does not require any medium. It can take place whether a medium is present or not. If medium is present or not, no requirement at all. Sun rays will come, it will come and it will directly hit me, so I will be heated up, not the air. Okay, it will not heat the medium. Okay, when we sit in front of a room heater, we get heat by this process. Hot utensils kept away from the flame cool down as it transfer heat to the surrounding by radiation. That means heat is been transferred to other region, that means atmosphere and everywhere. And because of that, slowly we have studied that heat always travel from hotter object to colder object. So the utensils was hot, so the hot radiation, that means the heat transfer from utensil to the surrounding. That means it can be air, it can be the surface where you have kept, everywhere. Okay, all hot bodies radiate heat. When this heat falls on some object, a part of it is reflected, a part is absorbed and a part may be transmitted. So some of the amount is absorbed and some are reflected. That means it is removed. Okay, the temperature of the object increases due to the absorbed part of the heat. Why are you advised to use an umbrella when you go out in the sun? So when we go out in the sun, why it is advised to take an umbrella? Because of sun rays, you will feel hot. So when you are carrying a umbrella, the umbrella will be heated up. The umbrella will be heated up and you will feel little cool. Once the umbrella heated up very much, then few radiations will come under the umbrella and you will feel little heat, but not very much. Okay, okay. Now kinds of clothes we wear in summer and winter. So in summer we wear cotton cloth. Why we wear cotton cloth during the summer? Because cotton cloth have small pores. Okay, they have small pores in the cloth, due to which during the summer, when we are wearing a cotton cloth, then what happens, due to heat, our body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius. So our body temperature, that means due to heat, our body also get heated. Okay, so our temperature, it moves from that small pores of cotton, and we feel little relaxed. Okay, and not only this cotton clothes also absorb sweat, due to which we feel cool. Okay, now which type of cloth we wear in winter? So in winter we use woolen cloth or maybe thick cloth. Okay, thick cloth, we have studied in the beginning that thick cloth or dark color cloth absorb heat. So if we are wearing dark cloth or a thick cloth during the winter, then the sun rays will be absorbed by that clothes and we will feel heat. Okay, and the reverse is during the summer. We wear light clothes. So majority of the school, they keep their school dress as white. Like you have seen, our school shirts are generally white, because this white light reflect, that means this is a light color, white color is light. Okay, so that reflects the sun rays, that's why we feel little less heat. Is it clear?